I think there are three ways in which I would say it is singular, that give it a particular identity in comparison to other genocides. One is the scope and intent of the ideology of the killers, of Hitler in particular. That ultimately he aims at killing every last Jew, man, woman, and child, wherever German power can lay their hands on Jews. And that meant as far as the German army would expand, Jews within that sphere ultimately were targeted to be killed. We have had genocides in a number of countries. Pol Pot kills 25% of his own population in Cambodia. The Hutus killed the Tutsis in Rwanda. The Turks killed the Armenians in Turkey. But the notion of chasing down and pursuing and attempting to kill every last person anywhere in the world that your power reaches, really historically I think is one of the particularities or singularities of the Nazi final solution. Secondly, of course, I think this is the genocide that is carried out by the most advanced and scientifically, technologically, bureaucratically, administratively advanced country in the world. It cannot be written off as what underdeveloped barbaric countries do. We can't distance ourselves from it in the same way that we could of events that happened, say, in Cambodia or Rwanda or Turkey. That it is the case of a modern nation state carrying out mass murder as public policy and harnessing all the destructive capacities, mobilizing capacities of the nation to do that. And so that is singular and gives it an identity. I think thirdly, in many cases, there are, not in all cases, but in many cases, there's a long history of conflict, of tension, of ethnic struggle between peoples. If one looks, say, at Croatians and Serbians, this war, maybe the Serbs are doing it to the Croatians. World War II, it was the Ustaša and the Croatians doing it to the Serbs. And that there is some historical reality to perceiving the other as a grave threat against which you must take these dramatic genocidal actions, perceived by the perpetrator as self-defense. Most genocides are couched as self-defense. What is, I think, so singular about the Holocaust is how great the chasm, the disparity is between the Nazi image of the Jew as this terrible threat and the reality of a vulnerable, dispersed minority of Jews in Europe that threaten nobody.